Flosstube, and welcome to my channel, Rose Red Diamonds and Crafts. And this is my channel where I typically do a monthly check-in with what I've been up to at the end of each month. Today is August 9th, so I am a little late for July, but I also didn't do a review for June. So in this video today, I will show you everything that I did in June, July, and even what I've done so far in August. And then when I go to make my end of August video, I will re-show you the August whips because they go with the event that is currently going on. So, some quick notes before we get started. I guess first of all, it is very hot in here and I cannot not have the fan on. So if you hear the fan going, I'm sorry. I checked my audio. I did do a test recording. It didn't sound too bad to me, but I don't know how it'll, if it'll change during editing. I also have a 3-year-old who is listening to his videos, so if you hear any music in the background, some kitty music in the background, that's just him. It should be quiet though. Was hoping he would take a nap. Also, I may talk very fast in this video. I will try to slow down a little bit if I catch myself, but my husband is off of work in 30 minutes, and when he gets home we need to start discussing dinner plans and get that going, and then depending on how he feels after dinner, we will either play a game together or he'll go to bed early. I'm not sure. It depends on what kind of mood he's in. He works outside in the heat, so who knows. It is his weekend though, so he might come home happy to not have to work tomorrow. So yes, I need to get through 2 months worth of stitching in 30 minutes or less. So a quick highlights of how the last 2 months have been for me. Let's see here. So since the last time I checked in, I started having, I have appointments every week, at least 3 times a week, sometimes 4. So that's been keeping me busy. And then of course my husband is off on the weekends. So on a normal week, I only get 2 days off for myself. And that time could go towards stitching or being lazy or cleaning. It just, so I don't have that much time to record. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been staying on time. That's part of the reason why I didn't record my end of June video. So yes, I've been very busy with appointments every week. Any of my free time in June went to playing Genshin Impact. And Genshin Impact is my favorite video game. It's free to play. However, I've noticed that I seem to keep picking it up just like once or twice a year, and I'll play it for a month or 2 and then I'll set it down, and then I have so much content to get caught up on. So if you've never played it before, there's tons of content and exploration for you, but if you've been playing if you stay on top of it, then you will run out of things to do until the next update. So it's not a bad thing that I set it down. I've also been listening, I had been watching a lot of Twitch and YouTube. My favorite Genshin creators is Brand Online and Doro. Those are my favorite Twitch Genshin content creators. But they also cover the other Hoyo games, and such as Star Rail and Zenless Zero, which that was a new game that just came out 4th of July. And then they also cover other games, but those are the main ones that I play and that they create content for. I did a little bit of diamond painting in June. I was working on, what's it called? The Kiki's flower delivery. That's it. The flower delivery one, the first Kiki's delivery service diamond painting that they put out, or the re-release of the first painting, the version 2. I did a little bit of that. I'm not halfway though. I'm maybe a quarter of the way through that one, and that one's a large one, similar to this Randall Spangler next to me. Late June, when I started stitching again, I didn't feel like recording anything. So, I mean, recording like my stitch counts and times and dates and stuff, like I didn't keep track of anything. So when I give you my stitch totals, it's only an estimate, because I did a really bad job. Now, I really enjoyed it at the time. I really enjoyed not having to keep track of all that stuff, just pick up something that I felt like stitching on and just put some time into it and then set it down when I'm done. And it was very freeing. It felt really good. But at the end of the month, when I started making notes, because I did make notes at the end of June, with the intention of doing a video, I just never ended up getting around to it. I got really stressed out because I didn't have my numbers in order. So I have to find a nice balance between that, because I really enjoyed not having to keep track of everything, but I also really enjoy having my totals, because I like to know how much I could accomplish in a month, so that when it comes time for me to set goals, I need a realistic goal. I want to make sure it's something that is obtainable, but not something that's too easy to acquire. Like, put 500 stitches in put 500. If I was to put a goal for 500 stitches on a specific whip, I could do that in one day. But if I say put 10,000 stitches in this whip, then I would really be hyper focusing on just that whip for the month. So you probably understand what I'm saying. But it'll help me when I start making my plans for 2025. So June, I also got back into anime. I started off doing a rewatch of Sword Art Online. So I watched all 3 seasons of that. And then I didn't know that since the last time I watched it, because it's my favorite anime. I don't know if I've ever said that before. Sword Art Online is my favorite anime. Since my last rewatch of it, they had put out 2 specials that I had never seen before. So that was a nice surprise when I went to go watch it. So I watched, when I watched it, I started watching it on Crunchyroll, and then I switched over to Hulu, I think. So yeah, I watched it on both of those platforms. And then I watched a couple of other animes. I can't remember all of them, but I know I watched Frieren, which is just has the 1 season out right now. I know I watched Demon Slayer. It's the first time I've ever seen Demon Slayer, so I watched all of those, all the episodes that are out so far. I know I watched other animes, I just can't think of what they are right now. And that went into July. I didn't watch that all in June. I did, the anime crossed over into July. So in July, I focused on 2 whips. Specifically, I focused on 2 whips to get them done. I was going for a finish. So one of them I did finish. The other one I mostly finished it. I probably got it to like 90%. I don't know. I don't want to pull out notions right now. I just want to get through it quickly. But I got most of it done. I'll explain it when I pull it out. Then in July, any free time went back to gaming. as I said, I was still really into Genshin, and then I like Hoyoverse games, which is they have 3 free-to-play games on PlayStation, because that's how I play, is PlayStation, not PC. So not only was I playing those, I was juggling those games every day, but I was also playing on 2 different accounts. So it was taking up a lot of time to where I started to burn myself out, and I ended up I haven't really played in a while, for a couple weeks. Then in my notes, at the end of July, Dashco started. Dashco is similar to Whipco. It is through the fandom stitching group on Facebook, where they are pulling a number every 2 days. We stitch on what we have in that square as much as we can in those 2 days, and then we get points based off of different situations. I chose the bronze, if you're playing along bronze, so that's the least amount of points you can earn for playing along. The reason is that I don't have much. To get the highest score, you would do the gold. You would do the board in gold, and you would choose the prompts that they have listed. Well, I don't have a lot of whips that fit those prompts, and one of the whips that I have that fits a bunch of the prompts is a new start. I haven't started it yet, and it's one of the whips that I have just black for, just the 310. I don't have any of the other colors for it, so I didn't really feel like using that particular whip for that for the game. So what I ended up doing is the bronze, keep it cheap, so all I have to do is at least 100 stitches a day, or 100 stitches per 2 days, or 200 back stitches per 2 days, to get the minimum amount of 1 point. And then obviously if I do more than that, it'll multiply. Anyways, that started late July, and I've so far been able to keep up with it, doing at least the minimum amount of stitches, and then I've been able to post on Instagram every morning when the number gets called. I've been keeping up with it, so I post my current board, I post the number that's called, I post the pattern image, and then where my starting pick is, so where my starting point. So what I ended up doing is choosing 12 full coverage projects, and then divvying it up throughout the 36 squares, 35 because you don't count the free space. Yeah, and then I cannot remember which project I put only twice, but I don't remember. So everything, also all of them got, most of them got 3 spaces each, and one of them's already been called twice. Anyways, so that'll go on. They'll get 23 pulls. We're on pull 8, I think, as of today. My child is counting. I don't know how loud it is for you. He's supposed to be taking a nap. So August started, and it was so hot. It was so hot here. It was miserably hot. That's why I didn't create my video at the beginning of the month. It was just so hot. We were trying to save money on AC because our bill was the highest we've ever had last month. So we were trying to save money, so we had the AC off, and we were just running on fans. So for the whole first week of August, all I did was lay in bed and watch CSI, and then occasionally stitch to try to keep at least my minimum number. I did kit up a diamond painting, so I didn't finish the other one, the flower delivery, but I did kit up I've been waiting all year to work on Medusa by Chrysabug in August. Um, to me, August is like mythological August. I don't know. That's just how I feel. So that's the theme for me. So I wanted to do Medusa. It's the only diamond painting I bought this year also. Um, so when my husband bought it for me, I told him, I promise if you buy it for me, I will do it this year. Um, so, and it wasn't the one I was initially going to do until that one was released. So I wanted to start that. I haven't started it. It's all kit up and ready to go, but I haven't put any time into it because of the calls that have been getting called on Dashco. You'll see. Most of them are new starts. So I wanted to put, when I get a new start, I want to get a jump start on it, and then after it's developed and you see it coming to life, then I'll slow down and do less. So but I do need to make time for that at some point. And then the last thing that's been happening with me is I told my husband that I am not going to play Fortnite this season. If you're not familiar with Fortnite, approximately every 3 months, they do a season, a battle pass, and you level up from 0 to 100 or to 200 for bonus rewards. But you would level up and earn rewards. And I haven't missed a season in a couple years, and every time I say I'm going to take a break, something comes up and I end up playing. Most recently, the season before, I said I'm taking a break. No matter what, I'm taking a break, and the theme was Greek mythology. I can't take a break in Greek mythology. It's one of my favorite things. So this season was like a Mad Max wasteland theme, and that's definitely not my thing. So I said I was going to take a break. I have to remind him every week when he asks me to play with him that I am not interested in playing this season at all. Well, in July, they had released a Pirates of the Caribbean event. So you had like a month to do these challenges, and I said, I don't care. I love pirates, but I do not want to do this. I don't want to play this season. Well, he bought the event, or paid for the event for himself, but then he never played to do those challenges. So last weekend he asked me to play with him to help him get the challenges done before the event runs out. So I played the game with him, and after 2 days of playing, I was already halfway done with the battle pass. So I said, well, I'm this far now, I might as well just finish it off. So 10 weeks into the game, 10 or 11 weeks into the game, I finally gave in. So I have 1 week to finish the battle pass, which isn't that big of a deal. I am at 118, I think. I'm at 118 after 3 or 4 days of playing. And I don't need to get to 200, but I want to get as close to 200 as possible so I could get all the bonus color schemes for the characters. So that's everything that's been going on. I'm 20 minutes in, so now I'm going to start showing you my whips. And he gets off in 10 minutes, but then it takes him like 10 minutes to get home. So I have them all stacked up the best I can, or the best I could, in order. If I forget to say something and you would like to know, please leave a comment and ask if there's anything important that if you're interested in anything, but I will try to remember to say everything. So June 1st through August 9th, I have touched 16 different projects, 7 new starts, 1 finish. I have approximately 21,000 stitches done. 2 whips have no stitch count. So I have no idea how many stitches I put into it. Okay? So over 21,000. So the first whip I'm going to show you it was a new start. It is Video Game Sampler by Screaming Heart Design. This was something I picked up. This is a secret project for my husband. Let me pull it out. I don't remember which way it faces. So I started this for my husband. Oops, super big. Okay, I put in 1,915 stitches. I am doing this 2/1 on 18 count that I dyed myself. I think it's just blue, even though it looks like it might have green in it. It's just blue. I am stitching this in a way. Scoot over a little bit. Okay, I'm trying to stitch this in a way that if he sees me stitching on it, he can't guess what it is. But it started to get more stressful trying to continue, so I ended up putting it down for a while. So I only picked this up for a couple of days. I think I was watching Schitt's Creek while I was stitching that. I don't think, I know. I knew I was watching it while I was stitching on that. Okay, next up is Alice in Wonderland. This is a free stitch along from Al Forest Embroidery. This is my progress. I put in 794 stitches. I'm doing this 1/1. Yeah, 1/1 on 18 count that I dyed myself. I tried to recreate this fabric color a couple months ago, and then I realized, it wasn't until I picked this up last month or in June that I realized that I was using the wrong colors to recreate it. So so this is the only one like this, but it's my favorite fabric that I've dyed so far. But yeah, it's a combination of 2 different colors, and I tried to recreate it with the wrong set of colors. Anyways, so when I started this initially, I wanted to go backwards around and then do the center last. However, because I messed up with the starting, let's see, there it's uneven. I decided that I keep changing my mind. So I wanted to go all the way down and around, and then I decided actually I want to move myself over and kind of like zigzag my way down in chunks. So I think all I did was I filled in this white, and then I believe I did all of this. I don't think I had done this flower before. Okay, next up is, this is a new start. This is Melisandre / Beginning of Autumn. This is by Maxine Gadd. It's a big one. Let me fold this up because I don't need to pull out the whole thing. I am doing this 2/1 tent, half, whatever. And I'm only this far. I only put in 1 day of, let's see here, what did we get? 332 stitches. Just a small start. I remember that day I was in the mood to start it, but then I didn't end up having that much time to put into it like I thought I would. And so this has two names because on the website, it's listed twice based off of how many stitch count you're going to use. So I think it's like one is 11 count and one is on 18 count, and I don't really understand the difference. So I call her Melisandre, but I think technically the pattern that I purchased is beginning of autumn. But I'm still calling her Melisandre because it's just shorter. The next few I'm going to show you are actually stamped kits. This was around the time that I just wanted to stitch and not count. So the first thing I picked up was my stained glass dragon, which was initially one of my goals for the year, and then I haven't really done it much. So I started off, so what I did, I know that I have a number for this one. It says I put in 1,309 stitches. So somehow I was keeping track. But what I did was I had hanging thread here. So I went ahead and just stitched it all in. So I got it all in there somewhere. And then after I was done with that, I started filling in these boxes. And I think what I decided the last time I did this was if I want to focus on keeping track, then I would do this column. And if I just wanted to stitch without counting, then I would do one of these other columns. I'm not sure. And just to stitch without keeping track. I don't know. But I'm definitely kind of far away from trying to get this done this year. But I really have to be in the mood. Recently, I really have to be in the mood to want to stitch on that. Okay, next is another stamped kit. And this one I picked up at the end of June. It's Sailor Moon. That's all I did. That's how I can tell you the stitch number for this, because it is 419. This is a big one. It's a big one. So it wasn't even on my radar to start this anytime soon, but I just was in the mood to stitch without having to count, and I figured this had a lot of color blocking, and so I could end up going back and counting after I set it down. The the last stamped kit I did is Mona Lisa. This was also supposed to be a secret project from my husband, or for my husband, but I ended up spilling some soda on it when I was trying to stitch outside a couple weekends ago. 3 weekends ago. I was trying to stitch outside. I splashed some soda on it. I got really stressed out because I couldn't find the pattern, because most of these stamp kits come with a pattern just in case. And if you can see, like here, I can't fudge that. I need the pattern. Well, luckily it did have the pattern in it. It was just super tiny, so it was hiding. So I was doing Mona Lisa. This is where I got so far. And so when I finished this, because my husband caught me when I was stressing out about having splash soda on it. It's also up here too. It's also kind of muddled up here. But not as bad. So I ended up asking, I just wanted to hurry up and get the face done to see how the rendering was. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine enough. And he definitely likes it, so we're going to keep working on that. My next whip, I didn't even write it down. I came across it when I was digging out all my projects, and I was like, wait, I know I worked on this one. In fact, I picked this one up before I picked up Mona Lisa. So this is Spring's Promise by Miss Life Pages. I do not know how many stitches I put. It is not recorded at all. But I could tell you, this light green right here, I had maybe 50 stitches in here, which was like, I think I had like three of these swirls that were like, that were like 50 stitches, I think. But then all of this border minus that. So that's all new. So this bottom is a mirror of this, except I think there's no flower. So it's just the two greens along the bottom. And then I just need to fill in the details on the flowers. And then I should be all done. But this is a paper chart, so I don't know exactly how many stitches. Oh, and this is 2/2 on 32 count Lugana. Next is Disney Villains, which is from Etsy. The last time I showed this, I believe I had 4 villains. I think I had these 2 and these 2. So I have written down that I did 4,832 stitches. So during July's month of finishes event, each character counted as a finish. So they had I had started all of them. I had put in at least 100 stitches in each character. And then, yeah, I had put in at least 100 stitches in each character, and then, so in July I went and finished them all. So this is a finish except for all the little decorations that's in the inside. It's charted with white. I don't want to use white. I wanted to use something sparkly, but I never got around to buying anything sparkly, so I'm just going to pull something from Stash, and I haven't decided when I feel like doing that yet. So I will probably do that soon. If not, it might get pushed back until like Halloween time. That's probably what's going to happen, actually, now that I think of it. And then this is 18 count that I stitched, or that I dyed myself. And I'm doing 1/1 full cross. Then also for the July finish event, I finished, this is my only finish, my Arcana Sal by Uncanny Kari. This is a Patreon chart. And as I said before, each section counts as a finish. So I think I might have been on, it was either, I might have been on 10. So 11, 12, 13, and then everything else. 13 below, and then I did these 4 on the sides last. So I put in, I'm guessing, I didn't keep track of this, but based off of the last information I put in, it said I had 2,281 stitches left. So I'm guessing that's how much I put in. And you cannot tell from here, and I don't have my bag next to me, but I did use a blend of 310 and a blue, like a dark pretty blue. So, and I was going to show it when I actually showed the thing, but I guess I'm in such a hurry I forgot to pull it out. Next up is No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. That's their 2024 pattern. And this isn't going to really help, actually. I decided just to start the border. I just wanted, I needed some mindless stitching, and or as mindless stitching as I could, and I was kind of between projects. I didn't know what I felt like stitching on. And but I didn't want to not be stitching when I could. So I figured the best thing would be to just grab something and just start working on the border, because the border can be boring, especially when let me fold this up. So I hate when I'm like getting into the groove of it and then I have to stop to worry about the border. So I figured I would get a head start on that. So I put this is 18 count. I'm doing 1/1, and I put in 1,219 stitches. Okay, next is Merry Mushroom, which is from the Haid Sal. That it was available for a short time in December. I finally took it off the frame that I was stitching it on, because it was on a wide frame, like it was, let me show you. It was on a frame this size, and then since I am working on this section over here, it was too loose, so I moved it to my 8x8, so it's nice and tough. So I have put in 1,224 back stitches. So I'm doing 2/1 back stitch, tent, half stitch on 20 count. I think my husband just got home. One second. I think it was actually my son getting home from school. Next I have Treasures by Ines Guerrero. This is from Thread Geeks, and a lot of these are going to be from Thread Geeks, and most of them are new starts, but not Treasures. Treasures I think I've showed you before, because I started it in May, so I would have showed you at the beginning of June. So let me fold this up so I can just show you. So here's where I'm at. Treasures, I put in 2,655 back stitches, 10 stitches, half stitches. Doing this 2/1 tent stitch, and so I did like 6,000 or something in black, 310 the last time I showed you, and then anything dark I was pulling out of my Lost Soul. I was pulling out of the floss for my Lost Soul, and it wasn't until I got to the skin colors that I actually had to start pulling the floss for this. It was just easier because Lost Soul was already kit up, and I never technically kit up Treasures. Everything was still in the skeins, so I hadn't put it on floss drops or anything, so it was just easier that way for the most part. until I got to the skin. And her arm is all filled out. That was the last thing I did, is fill out the arm. I'm working basically from the black inwards, so it's the darkest color and then the lightest and the lighter and lighter as I move in. So the arm is all done and I'm getting close to this. So I'm hoping the next time this gets picked up, I could actually finish filling in all her face. This has been called twice for Dash Go. It's on the board one more time. We'll see if it gets called again. Okay, my next 4, all new starts. They're going to be very boring, but let's get through these. They're all on 25 count. They're all 2/1 half stitch, and they're all just 310. So first up is Princess Belle by Ines Guerrero. I put in 1,626 stitches, but you could see where the castle's starting to form. This one I do have all the floss for it, but I like to get a good start with the black before I start doing color. These next 3, I only have the black and the fabric for. I only have the fabric and the black. So when I'm ready to start filling in color, I have to actually buy the floss for it. But I still wanted to get a start on it because I love them all. So next is The Witcher by Ina V. I don't remember. It's on Thread Geeks. And this is a bottom start, not a top start. I only put in 877 stitches. Wait. Yeah, that's right. So it's just because I'm doing the 310, I had to start at this bottom corner because most of the black is. This is how big it's going to be. So most of the black is kind of going this way. So there's none at the top. Okay. Next is Dark Fairy Tale by Chrysabug. This is a bottom start like this. And I only put in 659 stitches. That is because this was I had to stop to play Fortnite with my husband, so I didn't put as much time into it. And then lastly is today's new start. This morning's call for Dash Go. So I'm still working on it. I could still put in some more time into it today and tomorrow. But this is just where I'm at right now, and I'm going to show you. Is Golden Eye Dragonling. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I always want to put an N in there for some reason. But I put in 938 stitches so far. I blocked it like this because I had an appointment during one of my appointments today. I knew I could mindlessly stitch without having to look at my tablet, because it's a telehealth appointment. So I'm on my tablet for the video. So I just did fill in. I outlined the full boxes. So most of this is still black, but like this square right here is 99 stitches of black and then one square that's not. So just to be safe than sorry, I just outlined where the full black squares are. So I'm just doing fill in, and then after this is done, I will go and clean up the rest of the stuff that's black. So yeah, this is what I'll be stitching today and tomorrow. Should I have more time, because I don't know what to expect for this weekend. But that is everything that I touched. I think that's everything. So today, like I said, today's Friday the 9th, but my husband's going to be home soon. We got to do something about dinner. And then I have to make all the picture inserts for these new starts. So I'll be doing that tonight, and then I will probably edit the video tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be up on Saturday. If not, I would assume Monday at the latest. It really just depends on what's going to happen this weekend. So until next time, guys, bye.